domain. Secondly is the psychomotor domain. The know-how, how to do things, the skills, the aspect of the hand. And number three is the affective domain, the issues of the heart, the values, the ethics, the principles around which your life rotates. So if you are to say, I am educated, we should be talking about three H's: the head, the hand, and the heart. And today on this Inspired Family Leader program, we are empowering the man to have the right skills to be able to lead his own family. So we are looking at domain number two, not just the cognitive domain or the affective, but the psychomotor domain, the domain of skills. What are the key skills that a man as a family leader needs to have in good measure, in good quantity and awesome quality, in order to be able to lead his family very well? Samuel Bakutana, Provincial Fathers Union President. In the house today, in the studio today, I have the provincial chairman of the House of Clergy. One of those people who has been here before on this program, and he is back. None other than the Reverend Canon Geoffrey Byarugaba. You are very welcome, my friend.
Thank you, Samuel.
How are you doing?
I'm fantastic. Especially in my field as the head of my family and chairman of my family. I think I'm okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
I'm glad you're back on this program today, because we've been here before and we had a good time together, and I believe that even today we are going to have an awesome time.
Praise the Lord.
Has your definition of leadership changed ever since the last time?
No, it hasn't changed. I always see that we lack more people empowered in the area of leadership.
Yes.
Especially at the family level.
Especially at the family. Yeah. Indeed. What have you been about? What have you been doing of late as a family leader?
I've been leading my family through opening of churches, picking the pieces. You know, I pastor a church.
Yes, you do.
And there are many people who have never come back to church since first lockdown.
Yes.
So we must bring them back from home.
Maybe they found better alternatives during the lockdown.
I don't know if they are better alternatives, but
there are some people who came with products that had a unique selling proposition.
They are comfortable alternatives for them. But in the end, we are not fulfilling the admonition of not giving up the habit of meeting together. Yeah. But so we must bring them one by one, family by family, by pastoral visitation. So that has been a challenge, at least at a pastoral leadership level. Yes. But a good one.
Of course.
Thank you.
And what's the role of a leader if it's not solving problems, giving solutions?
And gathering.
And gathering the followers together towards a certain direction.
Exactly.
Yeah. And how about your family? How is your family of late?
Well, the family is okay. We are moving on. Young people say chill.
You're chilling. You're chillaxing.
Yes.
Chilling plus relaxing is chillaxing.
It's chillaxing.
All right. So we are talking about family leadership.
Yes.
This program is about leading the family. Let me ask, do you see family leadership as an easy task or not, and why?
It's not an easy task. If somebody said I was leading a family, leading just one wife, that you need the leadership skills of a general to lead an army of one woman who is your wife. That's
a quotable quote.
Yes.
You need
a leadership skills of
a general. You need the leadership skills of a general to lead an army of one woman.
One woman, your wife.
Your wife.
Yes.
That complicates it really when you come to think about it.
Yes, it is. And when you add children and other householders, then it has never been any easier.
Plus neighbors.
Plus neighbors.
And your enemies and friends. So today we are talking about the skills that a man indeed needs to do that work well. Even when it is a tough job, even when it is a difficult task. Because you can imagine the ability, the capacity, the audacity, the courage, the bravery, the ability of a general to lead an army if you think about that, what he actually needs, and now you bring it as the equivalent in the home setting, then this man who is leading the family must truly be so equipped enough to be able to lead the family.
And for your information,
yes,
the first experiment was a disastrous one.
Where was that?
Adam and Eve. One of the areas, actually the fundamental area Adam failed,
yes,
was in his area of leading his wife.
The family of one.
Yes, the family of one. They didn't even have children yet. And yet, disaster.
Plus one animal that came into the mix. And
disaster. And we are reaping the consequences.
Yes, we are.
Of that failure.
Yeah. So now, if we are talking about the skills needed, let's go to the basics, to the fundamentals.
Yeah.
When we say a skill, to you, what do you call a skill? How do you define a skill?
That's an expertise.
Expertise.
Or talent. Or know-how. Know-how,
yes,
that is needed in order to do a job or carry out a task successfully. You may carry it out, but should be carried out successfully or well to the satisfaction or the expectation of the job.
Okay.
So the holder of that skill, expertise, talent, know-how.
Yes.
That area, that's where many men fail.
Yes.
Know-how.
And many of us, we know, but we don't know how.
Yes.
That's why we don't do. There is a big gap between knowledge and action.
Yes, the know-how. And you need these skills to avoid making mistakes. And these mistakes, some of them are very, very expensive.
Yes, they are.
Some can be fatal. Others leave very deep scars. So a mistake and regrets. A mistake that is avoiding all these experiences and mistakes and regrets, you had better settle down and know the how of such a mistake could be avoided. That is expensive, that leaves deep scars, that will make you have regrets.
Yes.
And but also not just to avoid mistakes, but also to know how to go about the task.
Yeah.
To reach.
To fulfill your leadership.
Fulfill your leadership
responsibilities.
And,
yes.
And successfully and efficiently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not enough for you to know as a man, I know that in a home I need to do this. I know that I should do this. I know that this is the time to do this. I know. It's not enough. Knowing how to do that is very critical.
Yeah.
I know I need to love my wife, but how do I love her? I know I need to parent my children, but knowing how to parent them is a different thing altogether. I know that I should provide, but how should I provide? What should I provide? When should I provide it? Many times we focus on what we should do, but not how we should do it. And so as a result, we remain with the gap between knowing how to husband, how to father, and then also truly husbanding, in quotes, or truly fathering. So it's critical. So in that case, what would you say is the importance of skills in the life of a man who is leading his family? Well, generally speaking.
It needs not to be overemphasized.
Yes.
It is so critical that you should have skills. So I was reflecting on this. I looked at family headship as a job. Normally when we are doing job adverts, we lose the job.
So the job title of a man is a family head.
Family headship.
Maybe we should also talk about his job description.
Exactly. Now, a job description. There's a title. Who does he report to? Reporting relationship. And then specifications.
Now you're speaking like a human resource manager.
Yes. Specification. What does this job specifically require?
What are the role clarifications?
The role clarifications. Therefore, the kind of person who is fit for this job.
The minimum requirements.
Minimum requirements.
So what is the job description of somebody who is in the office of family head?
It is the area of overall founding, because the family head is really the one who is in the founding of the family.
Yes.
Probably, most likely, it is he who had the idea, and he spoke to this woman.
He launched the manifesto.
He launched the manifesto, whether at the second or third attempt, whatever level, eventually ends up being successful.
For you,
it's not for TV.
I saw that coming.
Off camera. But he is the one who conceives the idea,
yes,
who speaks the word out, and the woman takes him on his word by faith. She believes in what he's saying, and she accepts to join his team.
Yes.
Now
so he founds the family.
The family. And he's supposed to protect this family. There's the founding, there's the leading, there's the protecting,
yes,
there's the providing for, and the promotion, the welfare of this family, and the intended outcome,
yes,
of this job, which are the key deliverables on his job. In the ordinal, the family, rather, when we're doing weddings, there are 3 reasons why we get into marriage.
Yes.
One is, of course, companionship, which is critical, and the wife is a key factor in the family headship.
It's not good for a man to be alone. So companionship comes in there.
They should be company to each other. The other is sexual fulfillment. And the third and critical one is procreation, if it is God's will.
Yes.
And then raising godly offspring. It's not just procreation. These offspring he has procreated,
yes,
should be raised to know God, to discover who they are.
Not another bundle of rascals added to the population of the country
that are going to be a problem to society.
Yes.
And so raising godly offspring that are useful members of, and citizens of a country, but ultimately who are inheritors of the kingdom of God.
Oh yes. So that's quite a description of the job. No wonder you need the skills of a general, to lead this family, because you are the overall founder. You are not only that, but you are offering leadership in a way of protection, in a way of provision, in a way of promotion of the welfare of the home, so that besides sexual fulfillment and companionship, you bring into force procreation that comes with a responsibility and obligation and a duty of raising godly offspring that are responsible citizens of the nation, but also inheritors of the eternal kingdom.
Exactly. Hey. And it's a full-time job. Only death retires you.
Is there a day off on this job?
There are no days off.
Is there a holiday on this job?
You are on call 24/7.
Can you delegate this role?
No, you can't delegate.
Can you postpone it once it starts?
If you postpone it, some damage may be irreparable. So that's why it is a very serious call.
Now I know why T.D. Jakes made a statement. He said, being a man is not easy, to the point that many people have died trying to become men.
They were died in the attempt.
they have died attempting to be men. Eddie Lewis Cole says, being a male is by chance, but being a man is by choice.
By choice.
And I've been reading James Dobson recently in his book, Straightforward, Straight Talk to Men and Their Wives. And he says, manhood and Christ-likeness are synonymous.
Wow.
So, and when you remember what the scriptures tell us about how Christ loves the wife, the church, sacrificially to the point of death, then what you have just explained fits well into that job specification.
And you know what is even challenging about Christ?
Yes.
While we were still sinners, he died for us.
He didn't wait for us to be good men and women in order to die for us.
He died. He loved extravagantly.
So he didn't wait for the wife to first have good manners, look better.
No.
He loved the wife as she was.
He took his job seriously, regardless of the response of the intended person.
In fact, part of his job was to make the wife better, remove every blemish and spot, clean her, remove the wrinkle, and present her back to himself.
So when you hear marriage is failing because of irreconcilable differences,
I hear that a lot. Incompatibility.
Yes. Of course, there are differences. That's why you got married to begin with.
Okay.
Now, how can you say there are differences? It is your duty to make them reconcilable and complement each other.
What if I try and things can't work out?
No.
Maybe I'm doing my best, she's not.
That is an indirect way of saying we are selfish.
Okay.
We don't want to pay the price.
Either one of us or both of us has failed on their role.
Yes.
In this critical role.
Yes.
I think that's why it's very important that we now dig in. Which skills do you say that a man actually requires in order to lead his family very well? Or if you put it this other way around, what are the things that you think a woman wants from a husband who is going to lead this family and lead her children?
I saw this, one of the specifications is that he's a male of mature age.
Oh, so even before we talk of skills, there is the specification of the job.
Yes, male of mature age and mature character. Positive disposition and employable skills to earn a living. As a male of the Homo sapien, is the carrier, he has the chromosomes, the
Y chromosome.
XY chromosome. Which means there's an added anatomical responsibility. He's the carrier of the seed of humanity. He's the one who carries in his body, he's the one who carries the seed of human beings.
So while the gentleman is carrying the seed of humanity, the lady is the incubator of the seed that causes it to germinate.
Yes.
So to speak.
She receives the seed, nurtures it, and births it.
Yes.
Now, the responsibility of carrying that seed.
Yes.
Don't just throw it anyhow. Some people use it to whom it may concern.
Scatter
the seed anywhere, and
even don't wait for it to germinate. And even when it is produced, they are no longer anywhere.
Whether anybody has come out of it or not.
Yes.
So it's the carrier of the seed bank of humanity. That imposes on him the burden of decision making.
Why are you calling it a burden?
Because it is a burden. Because you can be careless
with your decisions.
And
they come with far-reaching.
Have far-reaching consequences for generations that come out.
Yes.
Now you see, one time Bishop Muhima was preaching at university audience.
Tomorrow he's preaching at St. Francis Chapel, Makerere.
Oh, really?
Yes, the Fathers Union.
Yes. Now he said this was about HIV and the promotion of the condom as a key, as a sure deal.
Okay.
And yet it had 69%, 33% chances of failure.
Oh, that's so huge.
That is a third.
That's a huge percentage.
Yes. So he said, okay, let's assume you are given food on 3 identical plates. And that one of these 3 plates has poison.
Yes, and we are not going to tell you which one.
It is not going to, they are identical, we are not telling you which one. Okay, go and eat.
I die of hunger.
And then he said, you imagine between you, you imagine all the salary you'll ever earn in life. All the people who would have benefited from your gifts. The children who would have come, and the generation, the clan and nations that would have come out of you. You are putting them between that and you is a thin paper, piece of rubber
that you're trusting.
Who's the maker and manufacturer? You don't know, you have no relationship.
Whose intention you are not aware of.
You never know. So he said, that's now the burden
of
being the seed carrier.
The burden of decision making.
Because that decision has deep consequences for generations to come. So it's a heavy responsibility.
It's really huge.
To be the bank of the seed of humanity.
As a man.
God created only two, Adam and Eve. The rest of the human beings were co-created by fellow human beings.
That's true.
So as they carry the seed bank alone, is a heavy burden. In fact, we should be paid for it.
By who?
By society.
We are society. We should pay ourselves.
So he's the carrier of the seed bank of humanity. So the requirements for the family headship are at 3 levels.
Okay.
There's the wife, then the children, and household, and then the responsibility and expectation to the community. And the community may include church, the community today, and then the community for the future.
So when you talk about wife, children, and household, and then community, you're talking about the levels at which this man fulfills his responsibilities, duties, and obligations as a family head. So he starts with the duties, responsibilities, obligations towards his wife, leads the wife well, and then...
Let's have the finger there.
Okay.
The wife, she's a key player in this project called family.
Yes.
She can either make you or unmake you as a family head.
Can you do the same to her?
Oh yeah. But more so, she has the propensity to make you or unmake you.
Yes.
And as, of course, as we know, Adam, even Sarah, with Abraham.
Adam was unmade.
He was unmade.
Undone.
You know the story of this prophet, Samson.
And Delilah.
Delilah. A wife is so critical.
Yes.
It's a very, very important audience.
For your leadership.
Yeah, indeed. She's actually the one who made your husband to begin with. So she's the one who has the primary marking scheme. She's the one who takes you, evaluates you. So she's a very critical audience.
At a very intimate level.
Very intimate level. You are very vulnerable.
Yes.
So I was preparing this. I reflected on the part of the notes we use in premarital counseling.
Yes.
10 things a woman wants from her husband.
So are those actually the skills required from the man to lead his family?
When you know what is required of you, then you sharpen yourself.
Yes.
And get these skills that will meet you, make you meet these.
And now we are going to take a short break. And when we come back, that's exactly where we are going to start from. The 10 things that your wife is looking for from you. That once you understand how to do them, then you will be able to find a way how to do them. The skills that you will require to be a strong, great, awesome, competent, able family leader. This is the Inspired Family Leader Program with Bakutana, as we talk about the key skills that a man needs